Hi friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com. And the other day I did a comparison video between the Artisan FF Celesio deck of 22 cards. They only did a Triumph deck, a Trump deck. They didn't do the full deck. And I compared the Triumph cards with a more facsimile deck put out by Anarchy Games. And I think we all agreed that the Artisan group did a great job in breathing new life into this deck from 1865. One thing I want to comment on is, before I get into the next video, is that both decks had a different back. They each looked different. And I commented that I wasn't sure, if either one of them were facsimile decks. And William got back to me and assured me that their deck is based on the backs of the cards that are preserved in the National Museum in the UK, whereas Anarchy Games deck is preserved in the National Library of France. So there's more than one deck. Right? Sometimes we are fortunate to have more than one copy of a deck, which could explain for a variety and variations in things like the card backs and even maybe in color. Moving on now, the next video, today's video, is on a deck of playing cards that they sent me. When they sent me the deck of Celesio, they sent me their playing cards. And boy, and when anyone's ever great enough to send me gifts, I always want to showcase them. Now, the deck can be found on their website, which I'll include down below. And the deck is simply called Artisan Tarot Momentum Playing Cards, first edition, 2023, Artisan Tarot, all rights reserved. So this is their own their own playing card deck. And I'm guessing, keeping it true to their way of having their boxes, using the design of the backs, right? The box design is usually the backs of their cards. I'm guessing that the Momentum Tarot has a back similar to this. So let's flip the camera and take a look at these cards. From what I could see online, they look really, really beautiful. So I'm eager to do a video on playing cards. So this is not a video on tarot. This is a video on playing cards. And some of you who watch me know that I collect playing cards. I've been collecting playing cards for as long, if not longer, than I've been collecting tarot. So I do appreciate any kind of cards. I appreciate. My heart is with tarot, and that's what I interpret. And I've tried to interpret regular playing cards, but my brain is fixated on the tarot way. And so I know when I interpret regular playing cards, I don't interpret them in the proper way, that tradition speaks. Now, you could interpret cards however you want, but I like to do things according to Hoyle. At any rate, let me flip the camera and we'll take a look at this beautiful deck. Okay, so this one is shrink wrapped with a nice, easy way to break it open. Now, the other day when I was commenting on there being a seal at one end of the deck, that it's a good idea to open it from the bottom, because what tends to happen is people they most routinely will open from one end, and then after they break the seal, right, they realize, oh man, I should have opened it from the bottom. So I think it's a good rule of thumb to do that. But William contacted me and said that they made the sticker in such a way that and the back, that they're compatible with one another. So if you're careful in separating neither will tear. Isn't that awesome? And this is important with this deck because this deck opens differently. There's no bottom way to open this deck. So this is it, which is a nice enclosure. Look at that box. Very nice. Very nice. Here are the backs, which do indeed match the cover of the box. Cool. And as do all of Artisan cards, we have that great linen finish that just makes handling cards, shuffling cards a breeze. And especially for regular playing cards, you want to be able to shuffle without concern. Wow, look, I love that design. That's really sharp. Nice. So the arrangement of the cards seems pretty standard, but they have their own design regarding, at least so far, the spades. Oh, look at this. So the upright and the reverse of the Jack of Spades is different. As is the Queen. She has a different flower in her hand. Ah, as is the King. Nice. He has the reflection of himself in the sword. Wow. Now, I don't know if anybody who reads playing cards concerns themselves with reversals or not. And let's see, with the Jack, we have a different sword at the end of his staff or whatever that is. We have a different embellishment there. And the Queen has a different flower. And the King has, let's see, what's different in the King? The King is holding the diamond. This one looks more subtle. Ah, it looks like he's got a different facial expression. As does the Queen. She's holding the same flower, but her face is different. And the motif behind the head of the Jack is different as well. Very elegant. Now here the ace. Oh, never mind. Okay, we have what some people call the Suicide King on this end. We have the heart intact on this side. It's pierced or split. Clever. And the bosom of the Queen is different in this one. And the Jack, if this is the Jack, His facial expression is different. I may have in error called one of the jacks a king. Please forgive me. Sometimes I make mistakes. I'm looking at the cards through the lens of a camera, not directly as you are, you know. And we have 2 jokers. Nice. So there you have it. If you are into collecting playing cards, or if you enjoy beautiful playing cards, or if you interpret playing cards, this might be a great deck to use. I think particularly if you might use a reversal with the, particularly with the court cards, right? Yeah, I think I called him a jack, and maybe he was the king. Oh no, okay, no, I think I got it right in this one. I think I did call him a jack because that's the, oh, okay. In some cards, the order is ace to 10, excuse me, ace to king. And in some orders, it's king to ace. Okay, so that explains that. Okay. So I do realize, I said it right, but I started to doubt myself when it switched, but now I understand why. Okay, friends, until next time, peace and stay well.